So congratulations to Alec Baldwin, who had his 8th child, his 7th with Hilaria. That's not really the Baldwin headline I was expecting at this point. I would have thought that the more appropriate headline would be, Alec Baldwin is moving. He's relocating to a more suitable area. A little change of scenery. Like that. 8 kids, though. One thing you can't say about Baldwin, the guy's not shooting blanks. And congratulations to Kamala Harris. She secured the border of Martha's Vineyard. No need to get to the root causes, they just shut it right off. By the way, I'm curious, after the illegals left Martha's Vineyard, did they have more of a bit of a snobby vibe to them? A little bit prickish? From now on, I bet they'll insist on flying first class. They just can't do coach anymore.
An additional $12 billion into community banks, because we know community banks are in the community and understand the needs and desires of that community as well as the talent and capacity of community.
Because we know the community banks are in the community. Community. Why is every Kamala speech filled with the same word repeated over and over again? It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Hi, boys and girls. The secret word of the day is
community.
we need to get to the root causes of the border situation. Just kidding.
The Eagles are so much better than the Eagles.
This is just sad. Senator Sasquatch can barely speak, but what's really scary is when the guy is lucid.
If you had a magic wand and you could wave it and fix one thing, what would it be?
Life without parole in Pennsylvania. We could save billions in revenue long term. We could save thousands of lives and not make anyone less safe.
Yeah, releasing criminals into the streets isn't such a great idea. The only people who believe that are Bain and Democrats.
And freeing the oppressed!
Maybe that's why Jen Psaki, aka Chucky, now that she's released from the administration and can actually be honest, said this.
Crime is a huge vulnerability for Democrats. I would say one of the biggest vulnerabilities.
Fetterman pushes for life in prison criminals to be released, probably because he looks like one. Not only release them, hell, make them a senator. Hang on, could it be that... Yeah, I see it. He looks like him, you can barely understand him.
The Eagles are better than the Eagles.
The Democrats now claim they never said defund the police. They just want to reimagine them. Actually, the whole time they've just been reimagining criminals. They imagine criminals aren't dangerous, they're nonviolent, and they shouldn't pay bail. President Biden just ended the civil statute of limitations for child sex abuse victims. So Ashley can press charges then? If Trump is the nominee, Liz Cheney will no longer support the party. She's not bluffing, she means it. You take one more step in Trump's direction, Mr. You mean Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger? Time for everybody to panic. How are we going to be able to pick up the pieces and move on? Liz Cheney is so principled, so grounded in truth and integrity and uprightness and such pristine character that she just has to spend every waking hour getting on camera to tell us all about it. Liz Cheney's part of the team that brought you the weapons of mass destruction lies and 300,000 bloody deaths. But sure, she's a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon of principled, wholesome goodness. Or, just putting it out there, maybe if someone's an established liar about monumentally important issues in the past, they might be liars in the present. You think? Quick word, everyone. You see that subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner?
I see it. Yeah. I see it.
Well, be sure to hit that and the bell. And like and comment and share too. Thank you.
We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
Oh, hey, that's a funny joke, isn't it? Hey, I guess Ashley and Jill can file charges. Joe changed the statute of limitations, remember? Joe was talking to Jill Biden, I'm assuming. Joe's 79 and she's 71, so the math doesn't add up here. Maybe he was just thinking about his daughter, I don't know. As inappropriate as that joke is, it's even more inappropriate that he did that joke in front of the teachers union. With all the groomer discussions taking place and the libs of TikTok stuff that you see, what's disturbing is listen to how they lap that joke up. Ugh.
Some people ask whether you are fit for the job. And when you hear that, I wonder what you think.
Watch me.
Watch me. Yeah, Joe, we have been watching. We watch you fall upstairs, fall off a bike, shake hands with Mr. and Mrs. Non-Existent, watching you need a GPS to get off the stage, or watch the record inflation, the 401k that's falling just like you on a bike, watch the recession that we're in that the media refuses to declare. We can watch the new normal when it comes to crime. We can watch all that stuff and a whole lot more. Put all that aside, even the creepiness and the corruption, the thing that we watch the most is how he vilifies, demonizes, and persecutes his political opposition. We first saw it with the vilification of unvaccinated people, as Aaron Rodgers, a freaking athlete, had to remind us.
But as we look back now, let's not revise history. Let's not revise history on what actually happened and what was said. Because what was said was, you get the vax, you can't spread it or contract it.
And no one seems upset that that was a lie.
Pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Yeah.
Rodgers isn't invoking Biden directly, but Biden, interchangeably with Fauci, spearheaded the whole business of scapegoating their own citizenry, the unvaccinated.
That we're still in a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
They were indirect murderers.
They're killing people. I mean, look, the only pandemic we have is among the unvaccinated.
What do they call the winter? The winter of death?
For unvaccinated, we are looking at a winter of severe illness and death.
It's so wild because at that point when they had said that, we had already realized, like, oh, this is 78% of the people hospitalized were obese. Most of the people that died were either obese or very overweight or very old.
Comorbidities.
Yeah.
Still 85 million Americans who are eligible to get vaccinated will remain unvaccinated.
He had no qualms whatsoever about making 85 million people, 85 million citizens of the country, as devoid of humanity, indifferent to others, and incapable of making rational decisions for themselves. 85 million extremists. So now Joe says that the pandemic is over. Really? The pandemic of the unvaccinated is over? Who knows, because he's pivoted. He's pivoted from the 85 million unvaccinated people to the 75 million MAGA voters.
MAGA Republicans don't just threaten our personal rights and economic security. They're a threat to our very democracy. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
Hey, with that kind of talk from your president, you might get someone killed. And lo and behold, he did. A teenager.
He chased that teenager down around town because he thought the victim was part of a Republican extremist group.
Of course, part of fake news is not reporting real news, so the teenager Ellingson's death will be largely ignored. And there's no reprisals for Biden's focus group tested language, even if it ends up getting people killed. No big deal. He's used to that now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like, subscribe. Be sure to pass around to anybody who might like my content. And I'll see you the next time.